What's an industry secret in the field you work in? I design slot machines for casinos. Don't play slots. I'm an attorney. The secret is shut the beep up. Think like a fish. It's much harder to get caught if you don't open your mouth. Used to screen resumes for small companies. Job requirements are more of a wish list situation. Never let some unchecked boxes deter you from applying. You have no idea what the applicant pool is like. The biggest boon, especially at small companies, is someone who legitimately cares. My company once put out a job vacancy for a position that would assist me in my job. Looking purely at the job requirements, I did not feel that I was appropriate to assist myself in a job I've been doing for 2 years. If you're looking for work and a job seems even remotely like you could do it, apply anyway. It's not like you have anything to lose. There is way more butter than you think in almost every dish you eat at fancy restaurants. And that is usually the reason you won't see the amount of calories in each dish. Source: 5 years as a chef in Italian cuisine, head chef. 8 years in an Italian kitchen. Edit: since it has been asked, if I could recommend one guidebook for you all to have in your kitchen, it would be salt, fat, acid, heat. Mastering the Elements of Good Cooking by Salman Nasrat. Yes, there are plethora of others, but this one is my personal favorite. I'm a chef in a French restaurant and the only thing dairy-free is one salad and the drinks. Managed boarding and grooming kennels for 8 years. The secret is that the employees actually do love your pets too. Even the difficult ones. Most of us realize they just miss their people. The number of times I've wept when a pet died, or spent way too many hours comforting a dog with separation anxiety, or spent hours off the clock with a boarder who needed to be rushed to a vet, traded for the world. Some pets just suck though. Not gonna lie. Former Bath and Body Works associate here. The scents they discontinue will come back with a different name and new marketing. They're just recycling the scents. I worked for the biggest mass, the company that owns Bath and Body Works and is a division of L Brand contractor in Virginia, for 8 years. There are so many fragrances that are rebranded and recolored to a different flavor. Fragrance oil is absolutely 100% the most expensive part of any shower gel or foaming soaps we made. Odds are they have hundreds of thousands of pounds of these oils in warehouses all over the US. So they just rebrand it as something else. It's not like they are going to scrap it. Also, all this beep you see on the labels of shower gels and foaming soaps that say enriched with vitamin E or contains aloe vera extract is complete absolute beeping bulls peep. We made our batches in sizes of 40,000 lbs. In a 40k lb batch, you had about 2 ounces of vitamin E you would add to the batch, and barely enough aloe extracts to even get it out of the beeping cup to add it to the batch. They add the absolute bare minimum to have it on the label, as required by FDA. Foaming soaps are also about 65% water, so they make an absolute killing selling them. Change your dirty furnace filters and clean your AC coils outside. These make up an easy 30% of my calls for no heat/cooling. Edit: more attention than I thought. So real quick, you have 2 coils, inside and outside. Your furnace filter keeps the inside one clean, so make sure that filter is clean. Outside coil kill power to the unit. Remove the coil guard and top, usually 5/16 or 1/4 nut driver and like 20 screws. Don't use high pressure water simply on a shower setting and hold it a few inches away from the coil. Do from both ways. Button that beauty up and wait for it to dry before turning power back on. Your head pressures are gonna love you. Edit 2. Oh, don't forget to blow your condensate line more than your husband. prevents water flowing back into the unit from a block. At Goodwill 50% of what you donate ends up in the trash. BC we don't have the space for it, or we just deem it too ugly. Our local thrift store has a semi-trailer sized dumpster behind it. They fill it every couple of weeks because most of the crap people donate was garbage to start with. They just didn't have anywhere else to dump it, so they donated it. Some therapists/counselors are on the wrong side of the couch, so to speak. If you feel your mental health provider is unhinged, they may very well be. A family member tried to break up with his long-term GF who was a therapist. I was shocked at her absolutely unhinged behavior, which included but was not limited to her taking his childhood teddy bear, chopping it up with garden shears, and piling it up on his bed with the note, "This is what you are doing to my heart," stabbed into it with a steak knife. I used to work in jewelry. Most of the prettiest gemstones are also very affordable. Tanzanite is a beautiful purple and looks nicer than amethyst. Topaz comes in lots of colors, including a pretty blue color which can be as nice as aquamarine. Opals aren't as brightly rainbow-hued as they look in pictures. Former aircraft fueler. Don't check your pets in kennels, especially in summer or winter. They are submitted to some very harsh environments. Left on belt loaders in the sweltering heat right next to a running APU that's loud enough to deafen human ears, let alone a dog's. It's terrible. I always feel so sorry for them. American Airlines will destroy your luggage. They get overloaded on carts, fall off on the way to the plane, and are left there to get run over by tankers and, yes, fuelers, and rained on. Then dragged to the edge of the ramp to sit all night while you arrive at your destination and wonder where the hell your bags are. If your departure is delayed, 90% of the time it's us, the fueler. Look out the window to the right side if it's a small plane, left side if it's a really big plane. If there's a truck sitting under the wing, we're the reason you're late. Sorry. Edit. Look guys, I don't know what it's like for the pets on the flight. I've only seen them countless times left in kennels on belt loaders in the hot sun next to an engine. I was a fueler at DFW International for 6 years. I don't have insider knowledge of the airlines beyond my station. I would advise against checking pets if you can help it, but I don't have any advice beyond that. There are some people in these comments that worked for the airlines and have better knowledge. Second edit. Just want to let you guys know the pets in kennels are not always left outside. It's not an everyday occurrence, and it's not just AAL that does it. I just fueled more AAL than anything else, but I've seen it happen more than enough times. Almost every hairstylist gets the heebie-jeebies when we shampoo your hair and you just stare up at us. Close your damn eyes at the shampoo bowl. Vodka is really cheap to make. The glass bottle costs more than the juice. As a software engineer, double your delivery date for a product in anticipation of an overeager project manager trying to get promoted. I always pad the due date, then get it done ahead of the deadline. Clients love me. All I'm saying is there is a reason no one who works in the RV industry owns an RV. Edit. Just some clarification. I work in Elkhart, Indiana, which is the RV capital of the world. As other people have, quality is SPEEP on all the major companies. The big ones being Thor, Forest River, and Grand Design. These three companies own probably 90% of all RV companies, so check who owns what you are buying. There are some mom and pop shops that do put out good products, but those are pretty few and far between. The industry-leading software is at least 10 years old at its core. If you're someone who purchases bulk nuts, grains, etc., just know that those bins are probably rarely cleaned. and even when they are cleaned, odds are they were just rinsed out/wiped down to look clean. I used to be a bulk buyer at Whole Foods Market, and when I took over, our bulk department had no cleaning logs or sanitizing procedure. The bins had moth/insect colonies and mold in them. Our store was opened nearly 5 years prior. Oh no. The cheapest bottle of wine in the restaurant has the biggest markup. And your 6th glass of sangria might actually just be boxed wine with some fruit in it. Worked at a department store photography studio owned by a major photography company that you can imagine probably took your school yearbook photos. The company also is partnered with a popular online photo order website. Notice how quickly we write down a price, strike it out, and write a new price as the deal? Yeah, that's pretty much just the price that everyone gets. We aren't doing the math that fast. We have it memorized because almost everyone that comes in has that 40% off coupon. Don't come in without a coupon. There is always a coupon on the website. If you end up paying for sitting fees, it's because you just didn't go on our website. Honestly, don't buy our photos. If you just do the session and say that you'll buy them online later on said partnered photo order site, it'll be cheaper than if you buy them in store that day. Yes. Even when we say, oh, but you won't get this deal online. If you do buy in studio that day, just buy the digital CD of your photos. You get to keep all of them instead of having to pick your favorite 3 to 4 pictures. Oh. And again, it is way cheaper to take that CD to a photo kiosk and have them printed yourself. Please don't spend $400